And finally, the third part. A. Turbo. The Zhejiang Hengsen rope light to the tortoise hash. Hot white passion to the chastushka in livid grout, but not just in the grout, really blocked in it. Amity to the pyrite on the ironing board. What is it for, this rapture of transitivity? This equivalence hypodermic, the infinity of desire. What do I spread for? Long wind straightens unfinishable and equated sea, cracked shut, disorder is the enemy of progress. All distant objects are veiled in a species of bright obscurity. Omnidirectional scanning allows any article orientation, provided the article jargon faces the scanner. As you know, this holds for Article 2 of the Geneva Convention up, Article 2, Article 3, Article 4, etc. Retrogression beyond this is just dada to a brick wall, heart squirt, and Neoplatonic drivel about the origin. Cheng next. 1. Your sex on the bleach. 2. Your colostrum slammer. But the rapture, what is its negatum? It is, whispers Cheng, the fetish character, not of commodities, but of dialectic itself. See through the Moscow limo windscreen, pyromantic, oxygen stew transmute. Watch it, slathered by the Beijing cosmos onto new eyes, superstitious to their frotted core. Whoring the shut lids they claim merely to underwrite. The Zhejiang Hengsen rope light to the tortoise hash. You soften inside the 2, harden in the cranio-fronto-nasal Berkshire disco. Disappointed American Express, 2 the phlogiston, or make up your own using 2. Each is delivered and to each, transverse adamantine. Unnecessary examples follow. Gunned out from the heterodyne trap transhumance into over-the-counter peroxide argument. CF, want to go to the wind farm. Photoreceptors against cruelty to landmines. The made whole Johnson Lee 2, easy, salt me in fire. Rapture of transitivity 2, hot white, Cheng swarms off, Demosthenizing on the double in double cara. He always does this. You get used to it. It is what brains means. You know, brains. UNHCR Damascus budget slash. Something must be done. For starters, say no to outrages upon personal dignity. Dispassionate, post-passeist, anti-pasty. Abner, John, Rib Bag, UHT, Honest Doubt, Bungalows, Cheng, Jr. Pizza? In the dream, is it really obscure? That slide rule in slide shadow, fat cut, erect, ear-cant from fingers, exit round the car. Show me. Angular des, you wish you had come up with something cutting to say back to Cheng at the time, like, fuck you and your idiotic cara, Cheng. The car leaves. Coke into my ass through a funnel. But I love you, despite the boring terrorism of particularity, fading like parity, ground spilled into water, cuff slung hot across the abraded, jar shows particular. Me screams, me, despite me, I love you. You are so running out of time. Run impressed, rope trap, out of it. Run. Everywhere to run to, everywhere to hide, the salami, soprasata, of the body apolitic. The ad in grout says, let me out. So, do. Now, do it again. Do it. Rojar shows up. Let it all out. Rojar. Now, you want to fuck, buy, eat, etc. him. So, to begin, Dayton, some Lenin. One step forward, 2 limos back. Rojar shows up. A patriot is not a missile, Nihil Obstetrics Inc. ACA News, Pomo debt floor risk, Taiwan, Rojarus. Rojario climbs to his knees, divine afflatus of EN 1783. Inwardly he kens himself the deputy April soot shower. And now a little play. Rojar. Acquiescence so fucking dead, catchy the sky cracks up its earplugs. John Bolton. John Bolton. In the past, I never locked any of my doors. In fact, I never had a key to my home. In fact, I never had a home. I was never able to have a home, nor a door. Homes, moreover, were in fact not capable of being had by me or by anyone who was not me. And what was true for homes was doubly true for doors. There were no homes to be had, and there were no doors, nor was there any mechanism for locking. In fact, locking was an absurdity. And if locking was an absurdity, locks were twice the absurdity that locking was. Homes, then, not being capable of being had, were, if anything, still less capable of being locked, which, in any case, was an absurdity, which was, in no case, so gross an absurdity as in the case of homes. Keys were shit. Now, I understand I live in a very secure area, but ever since the attack, I find myself making sure all the doors of my house are locked before I go to bed, or even after I go to bed, when I'm most asleep. Every time I do this, I wonder, what is it I am afraid of? And sometimes, am I afraid? I wonder what I am afraid of, and I wonder if I am afraid. I am afraid of sticky damage and of invasion. But am I afraid of them? I mean, is it I who am afraid? Could it not be just a part of me? And am I afraid? I am afraid of the Cheng bubble, of Cheng futures, Cheng chic, offshore Chengs, of Cheng penetration, Cheng derivatives, of being wrongly Chenged, of war between the affluence nerds and the bliss nerds, of Cheng laundering, of one-night Chengs, of a chalk bow derrick, of 7-Eleven, of a minuscule 7-Eleven concealed in a special Yngwie Malmsteen signature version of Duchamp's Hidden Noise. I am afraid of Chinese whispering and orientation talk in the evacuated Houston Death Star, of the rogue Cheng, of laying waste my powers, of shattered glass on kidney, of being bent over, of Cheng's skirt-length theory, of parallel Chengs, of the emerging Cheng with an impossible lock in his stomach which my hand reaches for despite me, clutching a key made of terrifying crimson shit which erupts in flame and burns my fingers away to freezing yellow ash. I am afraid of the 7-figure Cheng in one state of mind. But is it my life? And is it a homage to bathos? This is the first year I have been asked to wear a name tag at school. Anyone visiting the school has to be temporary in order to enter. Both Tommy and Benji Cheng warned us when our nation was brand new. They taught us not to let fear change what we could never better believe in.